Welcome back. NBA basketball full effect, man. Knicks
Yo.
up 3-1. What you think?
Oh man. Uh you talking about Indy, right? Did you say Indy?
No, no, Knicks. Knicks.
Oh, the
Knicks
Knicks,
up 3.
Knicks. Oh yeah, but Boston done. I mean, Tatum them damn
Tore his Achilles.
towards Achilles, you know what I'm saying? He was trying. I mean, they was already losing that game right there. They let the ball, they let that fourth quarter slip away from them. They was
Mm,
already losing anyway at that point. And then insult the injury. He gone for the next game.
right.
They're done. They're done. I'm not looking for them to make no kind of heroic comeback without Tatum. They weren't winning with him. So what are they gonna do without him?
That's true. And then to see a roster like that, with a lot of star players on their roster, and for them to be beaten down like this by the Knicks,
Hmm.
man, I think the C's need to really take a look in the mirror, man, and figure out whether or not they got to get rid of some players, man, and get younger. The Parzingas, Al Harford, you know,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Porzingis is actually a good player when he's healthy.
when he's
He's a
healthy. But see that
really
when you
good
got to
player.
say
But
when you got to put that qualifier in there.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that is what it is. It is what it is. And like you said, it is time for them to start recycling and starting to bring up them young players.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? It is about time for that.
Yeah, it's time for a turn, a change. So they had
Yeah.
a good run, but you're not going to win any championships with this. And so,
Nah, nah.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, but that's nothing to take away from the Knicks, man. The Knicks, Brunson is the real deal, and
Hey
we
man, he
gotta
the king of the mid range, man. That's what I say. I always call him king of the mid range. He drills that mid range shot. He get in that paint, man. He damn near unstoppable right there.
exactly the mid range game, man. The lost art of the mid range shot. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
hmm,
We think back to Rip
yeah,
Hamilton, Jordan, the mid range shot.
mid range. Get around that free throw. You know
Yep,
what I'm saying? It's
yep.
yeah. He just know where it's at. He know where to put it. He just lays it right over top of the rim. It sinks, man. It's crazy how consistent he is with that, man.
So with that said, we talked about Brunson, right?
Hmm.
Brunson was a Dallas Maverick
Yeah, yeah,
with Luca.
yeah.
We
Yep.
got to question the Dallas franchise.
They letting him go. They letting him go.
Yeah,
I think they was kind of holding him back when
they
he was with
were.
Dallas because he just didn't get his shots. He don't get the shots like he get with he in the green light like he
Right.
did do when he with
With
the
the
Knicks.
Knicks.
Yeah, he can shoot as much as he want to. Apparently now, you know what I'm saying. But he ain't had that back then, you know.
Right.
And I'm not sure if they knew because I mean, obviously, if they knew he was really what he is, you know what I'm saying. But it's the same thing like OKC when they got rid of Harden. Harden was good, but he wasn't hard until he left. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
But and here's the funny thing about Harden. When Harden was with the Oklahoma City,
Mhm.
Harden was a defensive stopper.
Right.
That
Yep.
still blows my mind to this day.
He
They
was the
use him
third
as a
amigo.
player.
The third amigo, man.
He was the third, but he came off the bench and they put
Yep.
him on the opposing team's best offensive player. He
Yep.
was a defensive player, and all of a sudden he's gotten lazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's amazing how just a scenery change, you know what I'm saying, makes the difference because
Right.
he left and just became a superstar.
Yeah. Oh, instantly.
Yeah.
Instantly.
Yep. He got the green light. Same thing like Brunson. He left and he just got the green light. He can shoot as much
Right.
as he want to. And all of a sudden he's shooting all over the place. He wasn't as wild because that's the thing was when I remember Harden at OKC, I remember wild out of control. Him and Westbrook, it's
Hmm.
wild and out of control. When they coming down at the court, like on that fast break, they're
Yep.
gonna get charges. They're gonna lose the ball. They're gonna turn it over. You know what I'm saying? But they were athletic and they can get to the rim. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You can definitely see that. But he wasn't what he was until when he went to Houston. Wasn't
Right.
nowhere near that.
Well, see,
Um,
my frustration with them back then was that Kevin Durant was the best player on that team,
yeah,
and Westbrook and Harden didn't get him the ball.
yeah.
Like they didn't give it to him in his spot. which frustrated me. I was like, this is a great team, and we got one of the best players in the world. How you
Yeah.
don't get him the ball?
Yeah, I mean, he's basically what he was now back then. He was
Yeah,
the same player, yeah, you know. But yeah, I mean, everybody can clearly see he was the best player, especially when it comes to scoring.
right, right,
Clearly the
right.
best scorer, easily.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, easily, easily. He has such a smooth shot, and
Mhm.
to do it at well, I think you and I had this argument whether he's 6'9" or 7 feet.
Oh yeah.
But at his height, whatever
Right,
his height
right.
is unstoppable to stop his shot. Like it
Mhm.
was with Dirk. You
Yep,
couldn't you couldn't challenge Dirk's shot. He was so tall.
yep,
So
yep. And
yeah,
truthfully, well, until the other two left, Westbrook ain't become what he was. You know what I'm saying?
right,
The walking three, the walking triple double. You know, he didn't really become that till they all left. You know, till
right.
Harden and KD left,
Well,
and
that's the
then
funny
he
thing
went
about it.
left.
Yeah, I think they all say this. I can't remember the player's name. He played for the Clippers, Minnesota. What's his name?
Clippers in Minnesota.
Yeah, wild dude, defensive stopper. Um,
I do defense in Minnesota and Clippers.
he played for Minnesota.
Oh, you ain't talking about the African dude.
Is he
Um,
African? I don't think he African, but I
he played
uh
forward or something like that or center.
no, play point guard.
Oh,
Little wild dude thought he could stop LeBron. Um, I can't
who is
think of
that?
his name right now. I'll get it. But he talks about how when he was in college, he was Steph Curry. He had the green light. He was dropping 30 points a game. You know what I mean? And he gets to the league and he can't make a team. He has to go overseas. He focuses on playing defense, and he made it in the league. Made a 13-year career out of being a defensive stopper. So
Mhm.
it's true how a lot of these guys, if they had the green light to chuck up a bunch of shots, they got the ability to do that,
Right,
but to fit within the game plan, you know what I mean? Because you're not as good as a Westbrook or you don't have the skill sets of a KD. These guys are at another level of scoring
right.
from the regular guys who will probably score 30 or 40 on you and me, but not against KD, Westbrook, and Harden. So it's just levels of this, like Scalabrine, Brian Scalabrine. People was calling him bum. This dude's 6'9".
Mhm.
And I think it was a show. It was him versus average Joes, and he was just blowing them out. They could barely score on him. It's like, yeah, it's a whole nother level. Yeah, he's a scrub compared to LeBron and Kobe, but he's LeBron and Kobe when he plays against people like us.
Right, right, right.
So, I get that.
Yeah,
But
it's yeah. It is about who they play, you know what I'm saying?
right.
But it's just seems like just is a I guess yeah, I guess that logically makes sense though. If you got three superstars on the team, two of them lead, and the one that's left, he gonna get more green light to do whatever he do. You
Hmm.
know, he just says he gonna have more green light to do it. So I
Right.
get that to an extent.
Yeah. Right. And and when you get that green light, and if you don't make the best of it, then eventually you lose that role.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
Westbrook, when KD left, Harden left, when all those guys left, and the Thunder became his team, that's when you saw triple double Westbrook.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. He's a walking triple double for sure.
He was a walking triple double. It was his team, you
Yeah.
know, and
I mean,
everything
he did.
around him.
Didn't he have two seasons where he averaged a triple double? He
Oh
had two
yeah,
seasons where he averaged a joint,
he
didn't
averaged a triple double.
he?
I remember when he did it the first time. It was a big deal because
Yeah,
it hadn't been done
right,
since Oscar Robinson.
right.
Average a triple double.
Yeah, and he did it
Not
twice.
yeah, he did it twice, but I
Did
mean,
he do it three times? He almost did it three times, something like that.
I
He
wouldn't
might
be
have did three
surprised if he
times.
did it three because I think the third time he did it with the Wizards.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, no,
you forget he was a Wizard.
I don't think he averaged the triple double with the Wizards. He had a high streak with the Wizards, but he didn't average that.
He didn't average. Okay, but I
Yeah,
know
but he
it.
did have a high streak where he had some triple doubles though. He did. He definitely did.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he averaged a triple double three times. But I mean, I think Jokic has done it now. So,
Mm.
it's becoming regular now. People are averaging the triple double. So,
Well, I still don't think that many people done it. I still don't think not average. Like you know what I'm saying? Like for
yeah,
a whole
yeah.
season. Jokic he might be close.
I
He
think
might,
he did, right?
yeah,
Yeah. I know
he's
Westbrook
real
did it, and
close.
he was the first to do it. And then, because it took like 50 years for somebody to do it.
Right.
And then I think Westbrook did it, and I think Jokic ended up doing it too. So
Hmm.
maybe a few years later. So, but yeah, I mean, it's a phenomenal stat to do. It takes a lot to average 10 rebounds, over 10 points, and 10 assists per
Hmm.
game.
Yes,
All three. That's
yeah,
insane.
that
That's
really is.
insane.
You got to put a lot of minutes on the court to do it.
And you got
Be
to,
very effective to do it.
yeah. And you're doing it in all phases of the game. That means you're a good passer along with a good scorer,
Yeah,
along with getting rebounds.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot. So
It really is.
yeah, but but yeah, back to this, man. It's just like looking at what's happening right now. The C's are looking like they're going to go down to the Knicks. Now you got the Pacers over the Cavs. These are the teams that were dominant. You know what I mean? In the
Hmm.
Eastern Conference.
Right.
What over 60 wins or whatever it was. Cavs won, Celtics two, and they're getting beat down.
I mean, started off 0-2.
Yeah,
What? Like, I mean, that not only did you lose one of the home court games, you start off 0-2, you know, and now both teams both teams 3-1 now? Both
yeah.
3-1?
Both
Yeah,
3-1.
both
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's crazy.
You want to talk about against all odds right now?
Right.
I mean, I kind of get Indy a little bit because they were in the conference championships last year. They were kind of
They were
underrated.
right.
Yeah, they were underrated this year considering they were in the conference championships last year.
Hmm.
It'd be pretty good to do that, you know?
Yeah. We got to start taking them seriously.
Yeah,
I don't every season.
but
Nobody's talked about them.
right, nobody's really talking to them, but it is shocking what they're doing to the Cavs because the Cavs been playing like off the chain this year, man. They were playing. It looked like them and KC was going to meet in the championship, like automatically from the beginning of the season. It looked like it was going to be the Cavs and KC.
Oh,
Okay.
OKC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Um, yeah, and I mean, and I don't know. I thought maybe because Garland wasn't there, and then Garland came back, and Pacers blew him out this last game. So it was just
yeah.
like, yeah, that wasn't even close. I think the Pacers are for real. I think Rick Carlisle, we really gonna have if he can get a championship under his belt, we have to really look at Rick Carlisle as a great coach in this league. Wait, I'm sorry. He already has a championship under his belt. Rick Carlisle.
Who he
Yeah.
won with? Who he won
He
that
wasn't
with?
he the coach of the Mavs? I mean, the Mavs when they won with Dirk.
Why do I want to feel like he wasn't that coach of that team?
Yeah, because it wasn't Avery Johnson. Wasn't Avery Johnson. Avery Johnson lost when they
Right.
lost to the Heat, and I think Avery Johnson lost his job not too soon after that. And I want to say Rick Carlisle coached him to the championship.
Was it?
Rick, yeah, Rick Carlisle has been around for a long time.
Yeah, I remember him being around. I just don't remember him coaching Dallas at that point. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
it's very possible though. I mean, I could very easily lose track of where coaches are.
let's see. I'm looking him up right now. So yeah, I know he coached the Pacers because he was Larry Bird's top assistant in
Mm,
the 90s. And
hmm.
he took over the Pacers and coached Reggie Miller. I'm sorry, he took over. He the for whatever reason the Pacers hired Isaiah Thomas after Larry Bird retired
Isaiah Thomas as a coach?
as a coach. Isaiah Thomas was the coach
I
of the
do not
Pacers.
remember him even coaching. I remember him being like a GM,
No, he was a head coach. Oh yeah, Isaiah Thomas
like
coached.
a president of
Yeah,
operations
yeah.
or something.
Oh no, no. I want to say Isaiah Thomas coached the Pacers, and I want to say he coached the Raptors too when they were in Toronto. I mean,
Mm,
well, they were still in Toronto. Or
damn,
was the
I didn't
Raptors
even
or the
know.
Memphis or the Vancouver Grizzlies? I think he coached. Yeah, I'll look it up. But Rick Carlisle didn't for whatever reason they didn't hire him as the coach of the Pacers. when he was Larry Bird's top assistant, and everybody thought he was going to get a job. So he left and went to Detroit and coached 2 years in Detroit until Isaiah Thomas got fired, and he came back to the Pacers. Then he coached the Mavericks from '08 to 2021, and he won
Mm.
the championship in 2011
With
with the Mavericks.
with the Mavericks. Wow.
Yeah, yeah, he won in 2011.
Wow.
Yeah, so he already got a championship on his belt. He
Okay.
gets one with the Pacers, which I would hope that he gets it because he deserves it.
You take the
He's
Pacers, if you take that Pacers team to the championship and you win it, you get major props.
yeah,
You
yeah.
got to get major props for that.
This is third go round with the Pacers. He
Yep.
was an assistant with the Pacers, left, came back and became the Pacers head coach, left and came back and became the Pacers head coach.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. It's crazy. So
Yeah.
let me see. Isaiah Thomas. Let me see. Let's see. I want to say Isaiah Thomas as a coach. He coached the Pacers from 20 to 20 2000 to 2003. Then he coached
Okay.
the Knicks from 2006 to 2008. That's
Wow.
who it was. It was the Knicks.
Yeah, I remember being with the Knicks. I just didn't remember him being a coach.
Yeah, I forgot that he was a coach with the Knicks.
Wow.
And then he coached Florida International. I forgot he did college for like 3 years. That didn't go so well.
Mm,
Yeah.
wow. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
remember that one at all.
You don't remember that when he was a college coach?
Nope. I barely I remember him being a GM. Like that's the only real remember I have of Isaiah Thomas at NBA after basketball. I don't
Yeah,
have like
no.
really no recollection of him playing him being a coach.
Oh yeah, I remember
All the
that.
different places. I don't remember any of that, man. Gee.
Yeah, I remember that, especially with the Pacers, because I was upset with the Pacers, and I love Isaiah Thomas, but I was pissed that they hired him over Rick Carlisle. I was like, Rick Carlisle, he deserves this job.
Hmm.
Yeah, I thought that was dirty. I thought they did him dirty for Zeke, and I love Zeke, but he didn't deserve that job over the top assistant of Larry Bird,
Right.
who people said was basically the real coach of that team. But
Hmm.
anyway, we're going to start taking the Pacers seriously. I think they're really good team. I think they're for real. I mean, you can't luck up and go to the Eastern Conference Finals twice. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Hmm.
That's something there.
And without a top bona fide like superstar, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
Well,
closest you got is Siakam, maybe.
I will say Tyrese Halliburton
Mm.
is making his claim to be the leader and superstar of that team.
I mean, of that team, but I mean, I'm saying bona fide superstar, like somebody who's a superstar no matter where they go.
Right.
Halliburton, I'm not sure if he like if he has that same green light everywhere he go.
But but but, but I mean, I think Kid is a little disrespected, and I think he's making some noise. We're gonna have to start, yeah, like we got to start taking this dude seriously, man.
Some respect.
You have to
Mhm.
start giving him some respect. I mean, I hear you. I felt the same way. I was like, man, they
Yeah, because
lucked
remember
up.
how he kind of came over there. He came from, from
Ooh,
Sacramento. Remember? It was him and
ooh,
Halliburton.
he didn't come from no Sacramento.
I thought he came from Sacramento. Didn't he play at Sacramento at some point?
No, I think he was drafted by the Pacers.
Nah, he played somewhere else first, man.
You sure?
Yes. He played somewhere else first. Because it was like him and what's up boy name? Uh Darren Fox. I thought they was like almost kind of like the same player. So they was like they gotta get rid of one of them.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah,
You are absolutely right. He was drafted by the Sacramento Kings.
yeah,
I
uh-huh.
did not know that.
Yeah. And
12th
he was like,
overall pick.
yep. And he was like a little, he was kind of sometimey. He'll have like good game, then he have a terrible game. He was all up and down all over the place. And then they decided they were gonna lean towards De'Aaron Fox. And so they was like,
Oh,
okay, well, he's expendable. And they just kind of let him go. And I think he
wow.
actually went to somewhere else too before that, before Indy, I believe.
No, they
Straight
got
to
him
Indy?
going. Yeah, it was straight to Inter.
Okay, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's how. I think that's how Sabonis ended up in Sacramento.
Oh, because Sabonis
He was
was a
part of the
pacer.
trade. He was a
He was
pacer.
part of. Ah, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, because apparently he got there in 2022.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is pretty recent,
Hmm.
huh?
Yeah. Yeah. And
And
so
he played at Iowa State. I mean, yeah, and you're right. He was acquired by the Indiana Pacers as part of their trade package for Sabonis. He
yep.
didn't earn back-to-back East All-Star selections, being named to the All-Star team as a reserve in 2023 and a starter in 2024. Yeah,
Hmm. Yeah, man.
okay. And apparently he led the U.S. team to gold and earned all tournament team honors at the FIBA Under 19 World Cup in Greece. So,
Mm.
okay. Yeah, I thought he was drafted by the Pacers. That was a great trade by the Pacers
Yeah,
because
man.
Sacramento's still suffering and it ended up trading De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah. Yeah. End up
Sounds like they
trading
made a
them.
mistake.
Yeah, I mean, in the long run, yeah, because like you said, De'Aaron Fox is no longer there.
Right,
Halliburton, I mean, I mean, don't get me wrong, he didn't come straight to Indy just got going crazy. He kind of
right.
built into where he at now, like this assist machine and all that. Um, but he in Sacramento, he was more of a scorer. That's what they known him for in Sacramento. He's like more of a scorer.
Hmm.
But he kind of built his way up in Indy to become where he at now. That's why I'm saying he kind of like I don't know if I call him a bona fide star. You know what I'm saying? He kind of there, but he's not really there.
Mm. Right, right. No, I agree. I agree. But I think after 2 years of seeing this, like,
Hmm.
well, when are we going to say that he's a bona fide star? What does he have to do
Right,
to be considered a bona fide star? That's my point.
right.
Because it's like, okay, dude is killing it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No doubt.
So,
Uh, yeah, I can't really. I mean, he does have his little flaky moments. He still has those, but
right,
yeah, for overall, he's playing that point guard position, one of the best in the league for sure,
right,
for sure.
right, right. So, I guess his numbers don't really stand out, but hell, he's winning.
Right, right. He's on the winning team now. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
So, all right. Well, Pacers seem to be for real. All right. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. I mean, is the NBA up to this shenanigans again? I mean, come on, man. LeBron did his thing, right? He had the what did they call it? The decision.
Uh-huh.
He leaves Cleveland, go to Miami, and my golly, the Cleveland Cavaliers get the number one overall pick. Would you know? Patrick Ewing coming out, leaving Georgetown, New York, the big market. Somehow they get the number one overall pick and get to pick Patrick Ewing.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah.
now, conveniently, Luca leaves the Mavericks. All hell is breaking loose. The people in Dallas are furious over this. They want the GM's head. And somehow Dallas gets the number one overall pick. Oh,
Uh,
least I not forget, San Antonio somehow gets Tim Duncan. Somehow they get Wemby. You know,
yeah, yeah. That's the trade on.
I'm not big on conspiracies,
Wait, but
but
who did San Antonio give up though?
what to get Wemby
Yeah.
or get
Wait, who?
they, but they weren't the worst team in the league. Is my point.
Oh, okay, right,
Their
right,
chances of winning the lottery
right,
was low.
right,
Like 4-7%.
right. They
And
definitely
some other team had like 30-40% or something crazy. And
right.
somehow, one of the better organizations in the league gets it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, the Spurs lost David Robinson the year before. He had an injury. Spurs had a horrible season. Um, and then they get Tim Duncan to add with David Robinson. They win the championship. All is history. But it's
Yeah.
just like, okay, I don't buy shit, conspiracy theories, but we got to start, I'm starting to question the shenanigans here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll see. Because I mean, Cooper, what Flag is like the consensus number one.
The consensus number one, yes.
Um, yeah, we'll see.
So,
We'll see. I'm not real big on Cooper Flag like a lot of people are.
mm.
I'm not as big on him. I mean, yeah, he's a tough player and everything, but I'm just not as big on him as a lot of people are.
Well, who do
That's
you
what
think
I
is
say.
number one? I mean, regardless if
I,
he's big, who's number one overall?
I can't really tell you because um I can't really tell you because they don't have anybody that stays in the league long enough no more. You know what
Right,
I'm saying? They
right,
just don't stay in the league long enough.
right,
So you can't get on now.
right, right. No,
Yeah.
that's fair. That's fair to say. I mean, and that kind of leads to another point. But before I get to that point, Pacers up by 6 over the Cavs. Minute 50 left, fourth quarter. So,
Mm.
Cavs may go down.
Hey,
They're
how
down
much?
two
How
score.
much? Yeah.
1 minute 49 seconds.
No, I said how much out of you?
Oh, 6 points.
6 points.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm,
yeah. So, Cavs may go down. This might be it. They had 64 wins on the season, one of their better seasons since LeBron
major,
left.
major upset. They start
Yes.
off like 18-1 or something like that. They
Yeah,
come
something
back.
ridiculous. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's crazy, man. They gonna get whipped like this by Indy.
By Indiana, man. Nobody suspected this. So,
Not at all. Not at all.
but but yeah, as you mentioned about players not leaving and stuff like that from college, I mean, I we got to ask ourselves, is this a good thing?
I mean, for college basketball, no, it's not because you don't have, there's no Glenn Robinsons no more. There's no, what I'm saying, Jerry Stackhouses. There's no players that you just seen for like 6, 7 years playing. I mean, not 6, 7 years, but playing like the whole time they did there. You know what I'm saying? Playing like the
Mm.
whole 3 or 4 years. There's none of them players you go back. When you see a good player now, best believe he about to be in the NBA. He about
Well,
to be.
no, I was actually saying the opposite. I was saying the
That's
opposite.
that's good for the NCAA.
Is it good for the because it seems that the NIL deals are
Mm,
are leading to less players declaring for the draft. Like the NBA is seeing a drop in players declaring for the draft because they want to stay in college,
mm.
right? And I get
Yeah,
what you're
yeah,
saying. You're
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about the
yeah.
top level players. The
Right,
top level players are still going, but you
right,
don't have these guys that we don't really know if they're that good
right.
declaring for the draft anymore.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, because if especially if they got NIL deals going on,
Right, right.
because there's no rush for the money. Now they already paid.
They already paid. Right.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, I think the NBA saw a drop in the number of players declaring for the draft. Like, I think this draft, 106 players declared, which is
Mm-hmm.
far less than what they've had in the past. And in 2021,
Mm-hmm.
353 players declared for the draft. It went down to 283 in 2022, 242 in 2023, 201 in 2024, and now down to 106 players declaring for the draft. I think the NIL thing is working in the favor of college basketball and NBA basketball. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you don't need this flood of young players coming in.
You don't. You really don't, especially when they're not fully skilled. You know what I'm saying? Yet they're just athletic, but not really fully skilled.
Hmm.
Yeah, you don't want them just all be learning in the NBA.
Right, right. So
Yeah.
I guess those days of Calipari coaching five freshmen, those days are gone, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Because I mean, well, it can happen. No, it definitely can happen, but you're gonna have to like get that together because, well, I don't. How does NIL work as far as? caps. Are they caps on NIL or anything like that? I don't know how
No,
it works, and I
no.
especially don't really hear about that. And like when I hear about heard about the NIL deal, it was pretty much all college football. I didn't really hear a whole bunch of the NIL deals about college basketball, like how much people are getting.
I
You
don't
know?
think they talk about how much they're getting, but they're getting NIL
Oh
deals.
yeah, I would imagine
Oh,
they are.
oh
I would
yeah,
imagine, but I just
yeah.
don't hear as you know as widely as I heard the football and how
Right.
much they were getting.
Or
You
the
know what
fact
I'm saying?
that football players are declining to play because they're not getting the deal that they want. Man, that is crazy.
Oh yeah, man. Oh, that's now that's the different dynamic that's happening in college sports.
Right.
People leaving for contracts. You know what I'm
NIL
saying?
deals.
NIL deals, you know what I'm saying? They leaving for contracts. So it's like that's a whole different element, especially like that guy from UNLV, you know,
Right.
uh, who said he was supposed to get, I guess he was supposed to get 400,000 and they only gave him 200,000. So he left.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's
That's hilarious, man.
it's a different dynamic in college
Right.
sports. You know what I'm saying? Them playing for deals.
Yeah. Yeah. Or the guy that left, was it Tennessee? He
Oh
wanted
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah. The
renegotiate
quarterback.
it. The
Yeah, the
quarterback.
quarterback.
He
Yep,
wanted to
yep, yep.
renegotiate his deal. He didn't like his deal.
Right. But you know the funny thing is with him though, he ended up
Yeah, I saw.
losing money.
He losing money. I saw.
He lost money. Like what? Now you want to talk about listening to? I don't know. Guess I don't know if he listened to his parents or what. But you want to talk about stupid deals?
Yeah.
First of
What?
all, you weren't all that great as a quarterback in Tennessee. You weren't all
Right.
that great. You know what I'm saying? You had your ups and downs. You was good, but you was ups and downs. You had very much ups and downs. Second, why did you think you was gonna get 4 million? Did you play good enough to get 4 million? You was already getting two, over two. Why did you think you played good enough to get 4 million?
Right.
You wasn't even in the top play, top 10 of the playoffs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what are we talking about?
But
Why?
but that was the funny thing about it is when he left, he went to like a California college,
Yeah, UCLA. He went to
UCLA,
UCLA. Uh-huh.
and so he got less money than the money that he had when he was
Yes.
playing for Tennessee,
Yes.
and taxes are higher,
Yes. Way higher.
way higher in California, so you lose it even more money. So not only did you not get the money that you wanted, you're getting less than they were giving you,
Right. And you're going to a worse team.
and you go to a worse team. So yeah, it was a mistake. It seemed like he had to settle, in my opinion.
Yeah, because now your look is not even going to be as good. You're not going to get as much of a look for the NFL in
Right.
UCLA as you would at Tennessee.
Right, right, right.
So yeah, he just messed the ball around, man.
Yeah, he did. He did. I that was a mistake by him. I was like, what? Whoa, this is just just play it out. It wasn't like they didn't want to pay you the money. They were paying you the money. Just
But,
play it out. But I guess my man was just like, nah,
yeah,
this is principle.
yeah.
But
I seriously think he was. I think his father is his agent.
hmm,
I think that's who they said like kind of coerced him to try to get more money.
hmm.
Bad
Well,
deal.
yeah, not smart, not smart. So,
Not at all.
all right. We do this thing every week. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
Holla.